Hello everybody and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collectors channel today, and today we're taking a look at the Shattered Glass Jetfire, and this guy is absolutely ginormous. But we can get him out of the way here and we can take a look at the box first. So Jetfire is a commander class, so this box is absolutely huge. You got this nice window here so you can see that nice blue and purple backdrop back there, very cool. Got this nice pink and purple up here. Got the Shattered Glass logo right there. Jetfire, picture of him. Got a picture of him on this side as well with his Decepticon insignia. And then back here shows him with all of his accessories, him in vehicle and robot mode. Well, vehicle robot mode and armored up robot mode. So as with all of these Shattered Glass figures, this is an evil Autobot Jetfire. And here he is. This guy is absolutely massive. Let's zoom to normal levels here. We can bring him a little closer and take a little more detailed look at him. So up here, you can see it's hard to fit this on camera just because he's so big. He's got a lot of this purple and this matte black on him with some of these chrome and lime green details all over it. Super, super cool colors here. You got some metallic gray down here. Nice, more purple. Most of him is black, and then he's just got like these nice like accents on him. I really like how that purple clashes with that black. Then you got these nice metallic parts here. Very, very cool. And he is just huge, so he's very difficult to fit on the camera fully. But taking a look at the back here, he's even got like nice lime green and that nice metallic details on the back, looking very, very nice. Back to the legs included. Very cool. So he comes with a whole assortment of accessories here. First we can take a look at these, if I can get them off. These here are like his wrist blasters. Very, very nice looking. I like how they did the purple on that matte black there. Get a better look at that. Very nice. Got metallic paint on the barrels here. These just peg into the 5mm ports on either side of his wrists. There we go. Then we get these two blasters, which are actually two pieces. You can rip them apart so it looks like you like launched that or something. I prefer to just leave them in. You spin him around, and there are these two little pegs right up here. That'll focus on that. There's two little pegs right here on either side, and they just go into these holes here. Just like that. And like that. Spinning back around. And then he's got these two little missiles here, which just have little peg holes on the back. And what you do with these is you take these little pegs up here on his wings. You might have to move this to do it. You just open this up and then pull it back down, and that should pull up that little peg there. Just put that up. Put this gun back, and then you put this right there. You get two of them so you can do it on both sides. Just pull that up, pull it back, pulls that little pin out. This guy is so big, it's hard to show the whole thing. I gotta push it like way back here so I can actually see all this. Oh, gotta put this gun back on. Right there, okay. So there he is. Next, he has this giant double-barreled rifle cannon gun here. You can just split it in half. Then you just fold the handles out on either side. This one's a little bit trickier because you gotta like grab it and pull it. But these will go into his hands on either side, or you can keep it together and just have one giant gun. Whatever you prefer. There we go. And then now for this last part, before we get to this piece, I want to show you this. He actually has a function here. On his chest here, his Autobot symbol, or his shattered glass Autobot symbol here, you can actually push this in. And if it'll stay focused, you can push that in and spin it around to reveal a shattered glass Decepticon insignia, just like the Siege Jetfire, how his can swip like that. So you can put it however you want it. You want him to be a Decepticon, you can flip it. You want him to be an Autobot, you can flip it. You can do it however you want. But now to this piece, you can open this section up and you can pop his little face mask off. And it just has this little peg here. That'll just go into the little green port on his head up here. See if I can angle that a tiny bit. That just goes on right there, like that. Then you take these, and this is kind of difficult. You just kind of get your fingernail down under there and pull these out on either side. Just like this. Let's see. There we go. All right. And then those two will now peg into these two holes on this chest plate here. There we go, just like that. Now he's all armored up. There we go. Very, very cool. Definitely like all the accessories that this guy comes with. Definitely gives him a cool look when you put them all on here. And I'm really digging the shattered glass colors on this. I know it's not what Jetfire actually looks like, but I almost prefer these colors on this figure. I just really like that black and purple, and then that lime green accent is super cool. We can go ahead and get all of the accessories off, though. Just take all of these off. They're a lot easier and quicker to take off than they are to put on. Come on. There we go. So then what you can do is you can take all of those accessories, all of these, and these all kind of transform up for vehicle mode. So you take this piece and you just open this up like this, and you put the mask. It just takes that little square peg, the same peg in here that it holds onto the face with, just goes right into here. Just like that. Close that up. And then in here you have a bunch of little pegs. So there's ports right there, little pegs right there. You want to take all of these, fold the handles up on your guns so you have that center handle. And there's a tab here and a hole here, and down here, tab here, hole here. You just put those together like that. Then you grab these two side guns. And the easier way that I've found to do this is take this with the handle up and just peg these onto this little tab here. We'll just go into these slots like that. I like to do these parts first, and then you take this. So now this is going to tab in multiple spots. On the gun itself, these two pegs and these two pegs will go into these two and those two holes. And then these arm cannons here have these little pegs down here and this hole back here, which, put that back on there, will go into these little slots and those holes. So they just kind of all have to line up. It's pretty simple to do. You just kind of line them all up, set them down. Sometimes they split apart like this. It should just kind of line itself up. You just kind of push the gun in firmly and then make sure these are on there as well. And then you have this kind of looking thing. Now you take these, the smaller missiles, and the little fin that they have, So it's much wider on this edge than it is on that end. And then you kind of got the same thing going here, where it's much thicker down here and thinner up there. You put them in this way and just push them in as tight as they'll go. On either side, give it a good squeeze. Make sure, there we go, make sure they don't pop out. Then you take these and put them into these holes. Just like that. And now that is all of the accessories bundled together. This is what the instructions say to do for vehicle mode. And that is very cool. I like how it has its own little storage thing like that. Very nice. You don't see a whole lot of figures that have enough accessories to do that with. But now, for his articulation, this is going to be a little bit difficult just because of how big he is. But his head can spin a full 360, and it is on a little razor joint thing so he can look up. And there is also the whole platform around his head up here, which I know you can't really see, can actually pop down so he can look down like that. Then you just pop it back up. His arms are on ratchets and could do a full 360. Yep, full 360. You just got to maneuver it around the wings. They can come out that far. It's very ratchety. Hear me? That far. Close that back down. He has double jointed elbows up here, so he can bend here and here. But he's got that little stopper, so he can't quite go all the way up, but it's past 90, so it's pretty decent. Then he can go all the way down to straight. His hands can swivel 180 degrees. They can also open, and this is super cool. When you open his hand, his little weapon port goes away. It like disguises. Then when you close it again, it comes back. Super cool. He does have waist articulation. It is just very hard to access since it's so big. There we go. He has waist swivel here, or thigh swivel. He can kick his legs out. He can move this, and he can kick his legs out. About do the splits. He has very ratchety knees that can go about 90 degrees. That rhymed. He has really nice ankle rocker joints here. And his toes close in, so you can get whatever posability you want from that. I do have an issue with mine, though, actually. My leg joints seem to be just a bit loose, and he doesn't like to hold his own weight. He likes to kind of just, like, if I put him in, like, a dynamic pose, he'll often just, like, topple. The legs kind of just give out up here. But hopefully that's not a common issue. For a little comparison here, I wanted to show you the Shattered Glass Jetfire with the Siege Jetfire here. And these are how these two look with each other. Very, very nice. Like, they turned out great in my opinion, both of these. So some of the major differences, obviously, pretty much everything that's white on him is black on him. And majority of the things that are red on him are purple on him. Some differences are his red stripes are actually like kind of like a silverized paint up here. Same with this stripe. But other than that, and down here there's some more of that paint. But other than that, yeah, pretty much take all the white, turn it matte black, and all the red, turn it purple. And you have your evil mirror Shattered Glass universe Jetfire. Awesome looking figures. I love both of these. Review on him is coming very soon. We can go ahead and get him out of here. Bring him back up here. With all that being said, we can go ahead and get him transformed into his very awesome jet mode. To check out the transformation guide on that, it will be linked down in the description as well as right up here. Go ahead and check that out, and then we can continue the review. And here we are in Jetfire's awesome and ginormous jet mode. So this is very, very, very cool looking. I love this matte black and purple. I really like how these colors look here. And that lime green just contrasts. It's so nice. It's so sharp looking. And then that nice silvery kind of color just kind of pulls it all together. Very, very nice. I really like this guy. This is definitely one of the coolest looking figures I've ever seen. And just all around awesome. He does have landing gear down here, which is just in his knees and up here. You just fold those down. They have actual wheels, so this thing actually rolls really nicely. Very, very cool. We can take the little blast effects that he came with and just peg them right into his turbines here. There are 5mm ports back here. Very cool looking. They're all bent up, so they don't look as good as they could, but very cool looking. Looks like he's blasting off. Oh yeah, I also really like these. You can take these and like rip out the middle one and do like this, and that looks really good for like, if that wasn't so bent, that looks really good for like seeker thrusters or just this piece. But these are some very useful, it was rolling away from me. These are some very useful blast effects here. I like the ones with the normal Jetfire too. They're exactly the same except these are blue. But some features on this jet that I think are super cool actually is if you come up here to the front and you pop down this nose cone, you can lift this glass panel and there's this whole chunk in here. You kind of just got to maneuver this thing out. This thing here, which I don't know what it's supposed to do. It has a little peg right there, so I don't know if it's supposed to like do something or not. But if you open that up in there, there's like a nice gap in there. And then if we take Buzzworthy Bumblebee Fangry here, or just any headmaster, this is the only one I have, pop his little head off, transform him, little headmaster dude. You can sit him down, and he can sit right in here, and he can pilot Jetfire. Like that. Looks pretty cool. You can also take him out of there. It's kind of difficult. There we go. Get him out of there. And you can come back here, and you can open this whole section up, which is kind of a pain. You kind of have to unpop the whole thrusters back there with the legs. Lift this whole section up. And if you see in here, there's this here can kind of collapse down to help you in here. There's two little squares in there. And those two little squares are also the right size for headmasters. So I can put him in there, close that up, fiddle, there we go, close that up, and now he's riding in there. You can kind of see him. Very cool. So you can put up to 3 headmasters on this guy. If I can get him out of there now. Come on, little dude. Okay, so that little dude took forever to get out of there, so maybe don't put him in there, but, I mean, you can, so it's an option. I just maybe would be careful if you do. So, fold him back up. Put him back on there, and get rid of him. There's another really cool feature with this guy that is on the bottom down here. He actually has these handles up here, so you can fold those out, and that's 2 handles there. And then you take his little skirt piece here and push it up, and that's 3 and 4 handles, and these ones can actually move so they can go to the outside if you want. And what you do with these is we can once again take our Buzzworthy Bumblebee Fangry, and you just put him on there, and now Jetfire's flying him into battle, or whatever you want. Very cool little play feature there. Just push all those back down. That's very cool. You can carry up to 4 figures, And since Jetfire is so big, most of the figures look pretty decent when you're carrying them too. But for a little comparison here, here is the Siege Jetfire once again. So I can compare these two. So again, most of the white is black on this guy and most of the red is purple. But as you can see, the blue on the glass pieces up here are lime green on this guy. And there's a gray silver section up here that is lime green on this guy as well. And I think that the colors just... This is the classic character colors, so I can't say that I like this better, but I absolutely love this color scheme on this figure. This is an awesome look for this Jetfire mold. I love it. But getting him out of here. We can take him, and the last thing here, we can take that whole bundle of his accessories here. And this big post here will go into this hole right up here. So just kind of fold those wings down. Put that on like that. And then you have his whole weapon kit up there, -1 gun. Let's put that on there. There we go. Now he's all kitted out, ready for war. Heck yeah. Go ahead and just take that off. There we go. And we can go ahead and get him transformed back into his robot mode, and we can finish this video up. Alright, so to finish this video up here, I absolutely love this figure. I think this guy is awesome. He's absolutely massive, and I absolutely love the paint scheme on it. That matte black and that purple just blend so nice, and that green and silver just throw it off in such a way that it just looks so cool on the shelf. If you can find it, and if you're into the Shattered Glass figures, I would absolutely double thumbs up recommend it. This is an awesome figure. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you check out more. I hope you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and have a good night.